agrees. Party with Purpose is a 100% volunteer-run nonprofit that's raised over $1 million for local kids through fun community events. Now expanding from Hoboken to the Jersey Shore, PWP is building new connections and opportunities for youth. Board member Dianne Yurek joins us to talk about the impact, upcoming events, and how to get involved. Dianne, good morning to you.
Good morning, Ken. Thanks for having me.
You bet. And Dianne, for those who are not familiar, what is Party with Purpose? How did it all get started?
Sure, thanks. Party with Purpose is a 100% volunteer-run 501c nonprofit that was formed back in 2002 by Scott DeLay, who had a simple idea of bringing people together in the community through fun and meaningful events that raise money for local kids in need. What's unique about the organization is that it's completely volunteer-led. There are no paid staff members in the organization. It's everyone that just rallies around the mission and the motto of giving hard, playing hard, and serving, right? So we work hard, play hard, give hard, and we do some amazing things. Like you had mentioned, we gave over $1 million since the inception of the nonprofit to local children's charities. And that allows them to fund their own grassroots programs, whether that be after school activities, STEM education, access to the arts, mentoring, and so much more. Just this year alone, we gave $50,000 across 25 children's charities. So we keep growing, and the impact that we're having on our community keeps growing as well.
Now, you helped launch the Jersey Shore chapter. What inspired that idea? Because you're already in Hoboken, in that area. So what inspired that idea to move down the shore? And what did you need to get off the ground there? How did you do that?
Yeah, great question. So I lived in Hoboken for a number of years, and I always gave back to the organization because I felt the mission aligned very much with my own. And it was a nice opportunity for me to stretch my giving dollars across various different children's charities as opposed to one or two. I really enjoyed working and volunteering for the organization throughout those years. So last year, I kind of had a bold idea. I just thought, wow, maybe this concept will work down the Jersey Shore. There's such an influx of New Jersey residents that come and spend vacation time or just enjoy the beautiful weather during the summer months down the Jersey Shore. And I thought, wow, they might want to also attend some fun social events and give back in a more meaningful way. And so I approached the Party with Purpose board with my bold idea. They supported it. I thought, wow, this is cool. I'll use my business and planning skills. I'll get a local team of volunteers together and build a little business plan and test the idea. What we did was ran our first virtual activities last year to plan for a Christmas in July fundraiser. That was in support of the Boys and Girls Club of Monmouth County, and it was super successful. It blew away my expectations of what was possible and really gave us that fuel behind our entrepreneurial spirit to do more in our local Jersey Shore communities.
Yeah, it just makes total sense. If you think about the New York City types, folks use the Hamptons for the same reason, right? They escape
Sure.
about 2 hours, 2.5 hours away. You tend to have people, especially with a little more income or a little more disposable income, they have free time to attend events like that. And when they're in a good mood, vacationing, they tend to be a little more generous and a little more thoughtful. It all makes sense. This is the time you get people and make them think about others in need. And the fact that you get so many volunteers, how do you go about finding your volunteers? Talk about that, because that's not easy in this day and age.
It's not easy, but it's amazing. We work with some really generous giving communities, and so just getting the word out on social media, on our website, and other various methods, more grassroots, right, in each of the local communities, allows us to spark the interest that people might have, for giving back in a meaningful way. And we typically we'll talk to people that want to give back, and it's as little as I would like to help out in an event or maybe behind the scenes, all the way up to what happened this past weekend, where somebody like Sherry Saltzman takes the lead on running and planning an event from start to scratch. And so there's so many opportunities across that spectrum for people to get involved. I think it's just a matter of raising awareness.
It's great because, it's a perfect excuse and opportunity. I mean, excuse in a positive way, not in a derogatory way. It's a perfect excuse to get people together to talk about a subject, especially this. And then at the same time to be generous. And even if everybody just kicked in $10 or $20 or $100, somebody maybe just won lottery, $1,000, whatever. That's a good way to raise money. If you didn't have that purpose, right? The gathering, it may never have happened. So it's just a beautiful thing to do. And you're actually serving a purpose. You're giving people something to do while they're away on their vacation. What this recent photo art tour in Asbury Park that
Mhm.
what made the event so special with the teens who were involved in that?
Yeah, I think what made it so special is that this is the first time, at least down at the Jersey Shore, that we had the goal of uniting two groups, Teen Wilderness and the Boys and Girls Club of Monmouth County, as one for their community enrichment activity that they don't typically get out of school or club settings. And it was really neat. We partnered with Susan Rosenberg from the Asbury Park Historical Society, who also is a board member of that and the Asbury Park Museum. And she volunteered her time and her efforts to really guide a tour for the teenagers from those two organizations, and expose them to things they might not have otherwise been exposed to. So she discussed the historical significance and cultural relevance of the Carousel House, of the Stone Pony, of the convention hall area, even the Wonder Bar and things like that. And these kids had the opportunity to really take photographs of some really iconic landmarks in Asbury Park. They also were guided with some tips on how to capture compelling photographs and images by a teen wilderness instructor, who also added to the day because these kids were allowed to really explore and really hone in and fine tune their skills of taking photographs. The kids asked questions. They formed new peer relationships by icebreakers that we provided them so that each of the organizations of kids could get to know each other a little bit better. And it was wonderful. We had a group lunch at Porta. The teens were given a map of Cookman Ave and the surrounding areas, and they were allowed to further enhance their experiences by walking around and taking what they had learned with their new skills and applying them to that area of Asbury Park as well. What's neat is that the Teen Wilderness group will also take the photographs that they amassed last weekend and showcase them on June 6th in Jersey City at a community showcase. So it's really nice and turnkey. It allows the kids to feel good about some of the art and the photography that they created, and really share their experiences about how they were inspired by those. I
I
will
love that. I
say,
love the Yeah,
yeah,
Diane, only because
great,
we're running out of time, and I want to just get to your website too. I just love the fact that you're getting kids from the inner city out and get them down the
yeah,
shore and let them experience the beauty of the New Jersey shore that they may never otherwise have that opportunity to do. This is just
yes.
phenomenal. What is the website where people can get more information? Because we got to have you back too on this.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Ken. I appreciate that. It's partywithpurpose.org. And if you want to send me a direct message at the Jersey Shore chapter, it's jerseyshore@partywithpurpose.org. I will say we had a lot of kind and generous donations via virtual fundraiser, as well as in-kind donations from various corporate members around the Asbury Park community that allowed us to give the kids goodie bags, right? So very similar to this, that were
Oh,
stuffed with goodies, a gift card, some treats from Asbury Park, like saltwater taffy, tips, journals, and different other paraphernalia. The lunch I spoke about, and other opportunities, that allowed them to have these memorable experiences.
you
So
you
we,
literally bring out the best in New Jersey. I love what you're doing. Party with Purpose board member Dianne Yurek. I can't thank you enough. We will have you back on. We could talk. We need to break this up into different segments because of our time limitations. But
no
Dianne Yurek,
worries.
thank you so much for joining us this morning. You're great, and God
Thank you.
bless you with all you're doing with your charity. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
You bet.